Okay, Year 9. So from the category of 2020, a year of seismic change, this project gives you a little bit of ambiguity and scope for where you wish this to go. If we look at the project title, you have been given a statement. To what extent has 2020 been a year of seismic change? If we break down the definition of seismic, it means of enormous proportions or effect. So basically, we are asking you how far you agree with this statement. This is completely to your discretion. If you choose to get yourself involved in this project, first and foremost, there is an opportunity to get 25 credits just for completing it. In addition to this, we are offering some pretty amazing prizes, and you could be in with a chance of winning one. Finally, we think projects like this are really important to expand your awareness of the world around you. By taking on independent research, you are going to be able to improve your cultural capital. This has huge benefits and helps you in every area of your study. Other things to know about this project. You'll be marked on your effort, content and creativity. In total, the project should take you between 8 to 10 hours to be fully formed. Also, don't be afraid to think outside the box. We welcome all forms of creativity, and particularly because one of the marking criteria is based upon this, the more unique your idea, the better. Don't be afraid to go for something a little bit different. When recording this project, here is the approach that I recommend you take. Firstly, you need to start to research the events of the year. That way you're going to be able to decide if you agree or not with the statement. Next, think about how that biggest change has been made. Then start to research those ones in depth. Decide how you then want to present your project. The next few slides gives you some indication for this and will hopefully help you. Then you will start to build and think about what planning needs to take place for your project. Finally, you will then be able to present your masterpiece, and this will then enable us as a trust to see how well you've done. For this project particularly, I recommend using a chart like this to help you decide how far you agree with the statement. This diagram shows that you can think of reasons to agree, disagree, and reasons why you might be in the middle. Once your research is complete, it might be really useful to use this to formulate how far you do agree with it. You might also want to consider this if you are taking a visual approach to your project. I have designed the next few slides to help you if you are interested in writing. If you enjoy writing and would like to present your project in this way, the next few slides give you a few ideas as to how you can present your project in a written format. Okay, so if you want to form an essay that presents your ideas, I have proposed a structure to help you. Use the project title as your essay, and then the main body of the essay can be you arguing or supporting the statement. You can then conclude with how far you agree. I've provided some sentence starters to help you with this. If you enjoy writing but more of a creative format, you could create a short poem or story that concludes how far you agree with the fact that the year has been one of great change. You can pick a title, plan the plot and characters of voice that you want to include within it, and then you can draft and edit accordingly based upon your research. As a challenge, if you do agree with the statement, why not write a sonnet that outlines why you love the change that you think's impacted the world? Or, finally, if you do enjoy writing but more of a transactional format, you could create a letter, speech or article that outlines your views. The letter could be an argument from the standpoint of how far you do agree with the statement. Additionally, the headline could be you putting in your input and opinion, and the speech might be you delivering to your peers why you have that opinion. Again, I've given you some sentence starters to help you with this. If you prefer a visual way of presenting things, the next few slides will outline ideas as to how you can present your project in a more creative format. If you have lots of creativity and enjoy painting and drawing, then maybe you want to create a design of the image that shows how you feel about the statement. Once your research is gathered, you can consider how this looks on the page. You can draft your design and build it based upon the facts and information that you do have. As a tip, this could be just the projection of your opinion. It doesn't have to be an explicit image of the change or event in 2020 that you do look at. If you enjoy photography, then maybe you might want to implement this into your project. Collecting different images from different media outlets might be a way that you can support your project, or you might want to take your own images to showcase the viewpoint. You could collate all of these together to create a mood board that show the lasting impacts of this event. Perhaps you might want to build a model or a sculpture if you feel restricted to presenting your project in 2D format. Once your research is complete, decide on how this would look visually. You then need to make sure you find the correct materials to form your masterpiece. As a tip, your model could be a combination of both of your events when you are concluding which you think has been the most significant. I've provided a YouTube video for the use of paper mache and how you can use this to build a model. The next bit of advice is going to help you if you are tech savvy. If you find that you're more skilled in your use of technology, these suggestions might be really useful for your project. If you are good with technology, you might want to create a PowerPoint presentation. Once you've done your research, you might then want to collate the most important pieces of information. These can be used to prove your argument. You can use the PowerPoint to develop your argument and your opinion. You can also use images, video clips, text to support you with this presentation. Just like I'm doing now, you can record audio over each slide so that you can talk your way through the project. This might help you form a stronger argument. A video might be the choice for you. If you're really savvy with technology, you might want to create a video montage. This could be a collection of photos, text, video clips, or you could film yourself presenting your ideas. This could be in the style of a news report if you wanted to take this direction. There are a number of different apps you can use to make and edit a video. I've suggested some free ones beneath here. So as I suggested at the beginning of this presentation, I think the first steps you need to take is the research element. That's why I've left this till the end of the PowerPoint, so that you can finish, listen to what I have to say, and then go away and start your research. A reminder for this project title then, to what extent has 2020 been a year of seismic change? The next few slides give you some opportunities to consider if these changes have been significant. Here are some great places to start. The internet. I would firstly suggest using the Wikipedia page for 2020 events to start your research. It lists all of the enormous things that have happened in 2020 in chronological order. You can start to look through and remind yourself of what has taken place this year. In addition to that, you might want to use Twitter, Facebook or Instagram to search for stories using the hashtag. I've provided a video below of how you use a hashtag. This could be a really quick way to find more information on the event you would like to look into. Finally, I've given you a YouTube video as a starting point too. This basically summarises the main events of 2020 as well. These ideas should be your starting point. Once you've got the bedrock of your project, the idea, the change that you really want to explore, the next slide should help you with this. So, if from your initial point of research, some of these events were what you were intrigued in, then some resources here might be extra addition for your research. I've provided an article that focuses on how the world has changed since the global pandemic. But this article doesn't just look at the health implications, it looks at all of the different ways in which change is relevant. Perhaps in your research you were intrigued by the Australian forest fires and what they've done to the world. Again, this article starts to review how this has impacted people in so many ways and the environment. Maybe you've been intrigued in the event of George Floyd's death and the change that people are striving for. In this video, it outlines why people are protesting and what changes they do want to happen. This could be a project idea where you review if those changes have been undertaken. And finally, I've picked something really relevant in the world at the moment. In Hong Kong, there are protests being taken in the last few days, in the last few weeks, all around people there and what they are unhappy with. I've provided a video here that reveals the nature of why these people want change. All of these are big events that I believe have demonstrated a huge change, a seismic change in 2020. Do you agree with any of these? Perhaps you do, or perhaps you've got your own ideas. If you're still unsure of your project direction, I have provided a list of images here. All of these link to the year 2020. It might be that you use one of these images as your inspiration, or these images might spark your imagination to think and consider something different. Either way, they might be of use to you in getting started. From my point of view, 2020 has been a time for change. Your goal in this project is to review whether that seismic change has been significant and what impact you think it's had on the world. Good luck presenting your project. We are so excited to see how it unfolds, and I can't wait to see what ideas you come up with. Goodbye.